All right, Shalom, Yasharala, Shalom, giving all praises, honor, and glory to our power, Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rachakodash, double honor to the beloved apostles, while the elders, great millstone, and peace, blessed, hopeful elect. All right, you're going to grab a couple of these verses right here in Joel chapter 3, verse 9. I'm smiling for a reason. It says, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Okay, and this particular Gentiles is talking about the heathen nations, all right, those 17 heathen nations. How the Lord says he's going to come back and destroy them all at once, pursuing the second Ezra 13 chapter, right? But this is not what we're getting into. It says, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. All right? That's what I want to hang on right there. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Be your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Now check it out right here, this article. I hope you get a laugh out of this like me. Desperate Army, Air Force recruit immigrants with promise of rapid citizenship. Boy, them boys pitiful, man. You see, this is what I was talking about once before. I believe it might have been at camp. Maybe a lesson, doesn't matter. America looks pitiful and they look stupid. These other nations are truly putting men in their army who are ready to die for the country, ready to die for the cause. Meanwhile, you got America with their few mighty men, but then you also have women in the army, and then the remainder, all fags, homos, or whoever, okay? America looks stupid right now. And they're this desperate that they're trying to get immigrants to be recruited, and they're going to say, we're going to give you rapid citizenship. Man, you got to be crazy. They're going to send you to the war. You might end up in a box. You come here with hopes and promises of rapid citizenship to send you off to get a casket, to send you off to get a long string, a slip of paper, and a metal slab. Man, America is so funny, man. You got to laugh at these people, man. You got to laugh at these banking families, man. You desperate bastards. We can't wait for the Lord to bring y'all down, man. Oh, this is so funny to me. I had to bring this article out. Let's read the title again. Desperate Army, Air Force recruit immigrants with promise of rapid citizenship. Desperate to overcome recruiting shortfalls, the U.S. Army and Air Force are making a major push to recruit immigrants. Using the enticement. You see that big old word right there, that $50 word? Matter of fact, let's punch it in. Oh, man. This article is good to me. That pitiful, man. Enticement. All right, check it out. Something used to attract or to tempt someone. A lure. All right? All right, and what are they tempting them with? What are they enticing them with? Rapid citizenship. You ain't got nothing better to offer them except rapid citizenship. But because they want to so badly get into America, because they don't know how wicked America is. They don't know the things that are coming to America. They don't know the destruction that's coming on America. They just know we want to get the hell out of where we are right now. And we perceive that America is a better place to be. We need to get citizenship. Well, join the Air Force. We'll give you rapid citizenship. When they say you might not, we're not going to tell you that because you probably will die. But we'll talk about that later. You want to get here? Come into our army. Join the Air Force and we will give you rapid citizenship. Boy, you can't make it up. Lost my daggone. Let me see here. We don't need that. All right, so we're going to have to punch the article back in. Oh, there it is. It's still here. All right. So it was the zero hedge. You see it's covered. I believe it was covered in other articles. All right. It says, using the enticement of citizenship granted in a matter of weeks. See how rapid? All right. They're making a major push to recruit immigrants using the enticement of citizenship granted in a matter of weeks. The Marine Corps is the only branch that's on track to make its 2023 recruiting goal. The Army is coming off its worst recruiting performance in decades because you have women, you have fags, and probably dykes as well, mixed among your so-called mighty men in your army. You have the most twisted army on the face of this earth. And these other armies are laughing at you because they all have men in their army, mighty men who are ready to die for their country, ready to die for what they believe in, ready to die for the cause. Which there are also men who don't want to fight, but nonetheless, those men are still, they're not like the men of America in this army. Okay, nothing like that. All right. It says the Marine Corps is the only branch. Actually, just read that. It says the Army is coming off its worst recruiting performance in decades, and the surveys have determined that young Americans' fear of death and mental illness are the biggest reasons they won't sign up. PTSD. On top of that, it's estimated that only 23% of 17 to 24-year-olds meet physical, mental, and moral requirements. Okay, let's read that one more time. It says it's estimated that only 23% of 17 to 24-year-olds meet physical, mental, and moral requirements. What did you think was going to happen when you push the Momo agenda on people? When you push this drug world on people, all right? You push all these different things on the youthful generation. There's going to be no one youthful enough to fight. You're going to have to deal with the old men and the older men and the old men, okay? Because the youth, all right, who has all the energy, okay, they don't have the experience, but this is what your captains and your generals, all right, and your lieutenants are for, to train and reign over them. But they're not capable of it because of the world that you are creating around the young generation. And that's why virtual reality is so important to the young generation, that augmented reality world, because these type things captivate them. You see, these people can't live without the devices now. Children growing up, they know devices better than they know the television, which neither is good, but I'm just saying that's pushing them to that digital world. All right? Phones, tablets, computers. Everyone always want to talk about Facebook and all these I don't even know what they call them, social media networks and things. All right? You want to know what's everything that's going on in everyone's life except your own. You leave yourself no time to seek salvation because you don't know that salvation is here. You don't know how to seek salvation. You're not thinking about the Lord. You're not thinking about the scriptures. You're thinking about everything that's going on in this world because you think this world is going to continue on like this forever, and you have been lied to. Your brain has misled you to judgment on this earth, okay? Your judgment is way off, all right? Because the Lord has set a different judgment. He says that my counsel shall stand, okay? Everything that he says is going to happen is going to happen, regardless if you believe it or not, okay? Is there more to this article? Is that really just it? Okay, it says the dismal situation has the Army and Air Force setting its sights on legal immigrants, luring them with not only the standard pitches about training and education benefits, but also with the promise of taking a major shortcut to American citizenship. We have large populations of legal U.S. residents who are exceptionally patriotic. They're exceptionally grateful for the opportunities that this country has provided. Major General Ed Thomas, commander of the Air Force Recruiting Service, told the Associated Press through a new program. Look at this. Look at this. What I just say, all right? Men and women. And you can't tell which ones are the fags. You can't tell who's straight, who's gay, but you can clearly see who's male and female. You see? And that's the Air Force, I believe. We're going to get down there in a second. I lost my place, man. These fools, man. Let's just grab right here, the second paragraph. It says, we have large populations of legal U.S. residents who are exceptionally patriotic. Okay, yeah, we did just read that. All right, so right here. It says, through a new program, immigrants are enrolled in the citizenship system upon their commitment to service. An accelerated process then kicks in. Give me a second here because I'm starting to get a little blurry, so I'm going to grab my specs. Hold on. Y'all have to bear with me. Salakia. Okay. All right. It says an accelerated process then kicks in once they arrive at their basic training installation, with the goal of swearing them in as citizens when they graduate. Wow. So they want to ensure that you stay here. Okay. All right, and the trap, and this is the trap for the people. All right, you want citizenship? We'll grant you a rapid citizenship. All right, when you finish your training, okay, once you graduate from your basic training, we'll give you your so-called rapid citizenship. But that's the trap, because once you're in that training and you graduated, you're also stuck under them. There's no you just going out to be a regular citizen. You're now in this thing, okay? You wanted citizenship. We didn't tell you we were going to keep you. You were stupid enough to not even think that through. You wanted rapid citizenship so bad that you didn't think you were going to get trapped in this Air Force or whatever branch that they put you under, that you trained under, or whatever the case may be. I believe it's Air Force, okay? You're now trapped. You have rapid citizenship, but it means nothing because you're now stuck fighting for the U.S. You're now their tool of war. All right? That's the trap. People don't think these things through, okay? Matter of fact, let's read it again. It says, through a new program, immigrants are enrolled in the citizenship system upon their commitment to service. An accelerated process then kicks in once they arrive at their basic training installation, with the goal of swearing them in as citizens when they graduate. All right, it says the front row of 14 immigrant airmen sworn. They call it airmen, but you clearly have women standing here. Immigrant airmen sworn in as citizens in April 2023. USAF, all right, United States Air Force, basic training graduation at Lackland AFB Air Force Base, I'm pretty sure that is, in San Antonio, came from countries that included Russia, South Africa, Cameroon, Jamaica, and Kenya. Okay, it says the Army and Air Force recruiting commands are seeking target-rich environments in areas of high immigrant concentration and, where possible, are attempting to assign recruiters with matching ethnicities. Okay, it says, and social media is one of the preferred app. Did I just talk about social media? You can't make this stuff up. Everybody's on social media, and social media is one of the preferred avenues of attack, and they call it attack. All right, because they're like predators, predators for the immigrants. All right, you want immigration, baby? Come on over here. I got you. I'll get you immigration right now. Join my Air Force. Predators, man. It says it is one thing to hear about the military from locals here, but it is something else when it's from your fellow brother from the country you're from. New Army reservists and native Nepali Asmita Spoods. Look, Badari was targeted by Nepali U.S. Army recruiter via a Facebook group to facilitate connections between Nepalese in America. That brother was in the group and he was recruiting, and he told me about the military of the Army's 2,900 immigrants recruited this fiscal year. Most are from Jamaica, then Mexico, the Philippines, and Haiti. Many others came from Nepal, Nigeria, Ghana, Cameroon, Colombia, and Dominican Republic. All right. Recruiting immigrants involves extra red tape with another layer of security screening and coordination with U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services. Among the associated headaches for recruiters is helping people with a limited command of English navigate and comprehend the paperwork. Then again, giving recruiters long-standing reputation for dishonesty, perhaps they find the language barrier comes in handy. Maybe possibly so. Pretty sure that's the end of the article. Yeah. Bam. So, yeah. What does it say? Desperate Army Air Force recruit immigrants with promise of rapid citizenship. And now you see why we read what we read. All right. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. And America does not have mighty ones. They have mixed and mingled their army. And now they're so desperate, the Air Force has to recruit immigrants and entice them, right? The big $50 word, entice them by way of rapid citizenship. As long as they get them there, We can do the rest. All right. We're not going to tell you what we're going to do, but we got the rest. We just need you to get here. All right. And we got the rest from there. It says, let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. All right. So that is what it is, man. You see how desperate Americans get. They're desperate on all fronts, all angles, man. And that's why the scripture's talking about. Matter of fact, let's just grab that. We'll grab that. Spirit want to flow a little bit, so we'll grab that. Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. Okay. And what does it say? It says, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe, all right, woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil, which is the so-called white man, stemming back to the international banking families, they are the physical seed of the spiritual demon Satan, who is on the left-hand side of the Lord, which is the side of wickedness, all right? Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. A short time for what? To pull off all his agendas, to pull off his microchip, his digital system, virtual, all his little gadgets, devices, all right? The wiles of the devil, basically. He has a short amount of time to pull these things off and achieve his new world agenda and, you know, his global agenda and have full power and control over the earth. There's a short amount of time to do that. Why? Because it's time now for the downfall of the kingdom, all right? Which I always mention Isaiah 59 and 19, along with that verse of Revelation 12:12. Almost just lost what I was looking for. Okay, second Ezra. Yeah, not the 13th chapter, though. It was just there. We were looking for 6, okay? We'll probably close it out after this. Second Ezra 6 and 9. They have a short amount of time to rule. Why is that? It says, for Esau is the end of the world, the so-called white man and his rulership. Job 9 and 24, the earth has been given into the hands of the wicked. All right, these Amalekites in the state of Israel, okay? And these international banking families, all right, that pretty much hover and float around them, all right? They're all the same people anyways. It doesn't really matter. They're not separate. They're still one entity, okay? It says, Esau is the end of the world, the end of this age, the end of a rulership, the end of a time period, okay? And now it's time for a new rulership. It's time for a new age. It's time for a new time period, which is a righteous time period. And it's going to be a righteousness forever, which is because that's the kingdom of our Lord Yahweh Shah. Same thing I was talking about today at camp, okay? That righteous kingdom, that righteous rulership. It's now time for that. We're living in that age, okay? It's time to end the end age for this wicked rulership. This is the last rulership of any heathen nation. By far the wickedest rulership, the worst of the rulerships, okay? But their time is coming to an end, and they know it. That's why they're pushing harder and harder. They have to pull off all their agendas because the Lord is programming them to do so. They're in their lot, and they're not slowing down. That's why the men of the Lord can't slow down, okay? For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, the biblical Israelites, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Because what did he say in Isaiah 14 and 1? Matter of fact, let's grab it. I can quote that. We go Isaiah 14 so much. But I guess that's the spirit. We'll end on this verse, if the spirit allows. Okay? Isaiah the 14th chapter. It says, for the Lord will have mercy on Jacob, not all the nations of this earth. Not the Edomites and the Elamites and the Ishmaelites and the Moabites and the Ammonites and so on and so forth. The Lord will have mercy on Jacob, his chosen people, the nation of Israel, the 12 tribes of Israel, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. For the Lord will have mercy on you, Jacob, and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land, and the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. All right, all the Israelites as well as the Israelite foreigners. All right, as the scripture say, confusion of face, or my heritage as to me is a speckled bird. All right, Israelite foreigners, Israelites that may look like the other nations, but by way of the seed line of their fathers, they go back to being Israelites. They are just that, Israelites. Okay, strangers, Israelite foreigners, Israelites that grew up in foreign lands. Okay, us only, the nation of Israel, and the remnant of us only. Okay? So I'm going to close this out by giving all praises, honor, and glory to our power, Yahweh Shema Shah. All right? And you see what's happening, man. You know, prophecies are constantly being fulfilled. Things are always happening. And, you know, there's so many things happening right now, man. It's just, you can't keep up with all of it, okay? So, Lord willing, you edify to next time, Yahshua. I'm going to say shalom.